Welcome back to the Lowveld of South Africa, as we continue the epic saga of A Tale of Two Mothers. The majority of our time for the last while has been searching for Nyeleti's den. We are confident that she has given birth. We found Hahani and her cubs, Bucket and Bibi, on a wildebeest kill, far from the last area where we saw Nyeleti with the rest of the pride, confirming our suspicions that she has now given birth. The challenge is to find out exactly where, and of course, there's always the excitement and anticipation of finding the cubs for the very first time, and how many little furry bundles of joy are hidden. But of course, we couldn't just move on, so we spent some time with Bucket and Bibi as they played in the early morning light, giving Mom, Hahani, a hard time. The effects of a long dry season are apparent, while little grass remains, but somehow the herbivores and omnivores of this land of feast and famine are able to eke out an existence while waiting for the giver of life, the summer rainstorms. For the predators, the end of the dry season is a time to prosper, and Mabaibai is making the most of the weakened state of the herbivores to keep her 5 cubs prospering. After feasting on an unfortunate impala, the cheetah cubs with full bellies took the chance for some youthful play, while Mom kept a careful eye out for other predators that could pose a serious threat to the 5 little cheetahs. With his fatherly duties done, Impy continues his territorial patrols, hunting and resting as he slinks through the parched Lowveld bush. Often bringing him close to the reserve's boundaries. However, he is not the only big cat that patrols these routes. The Rietspreid Male Lion Coalition often patrol the same areas as Impy the male cheetah. And one thing we're sure of is that lions and cheetahs don't mix, and this seldom ends well for the most slightly built of the big cats. It's just before 6 o'clock in the morning, and we are on the search for Nyeleti, who we're pretty sure is no longer a mother-to-be and has given birth in a little myriad of drainage systems. And we've got her tracks coming in and out of these thick areas to the east of us. And we're hoping that today is the day we get our first glimpse of the latest cubs here on the Rietspreid Game Reserve. Now I think it's taken us about 3 days of tracking intently. Of course, she is one of the big cats that doesn't have a tracking collar, So it's all old school, following her footprints, figuring out where she's drinking, because she's drinking probably once a day. It's getting really hot now. We're pushing 100 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit during the middle of the day, even though in the mornings like now it's quite chilly. So there's a road that loops around this little dry river system, and we basically every day check for her tracks, and we've had her tracks on top of our tire tracks about 20 times. So we're slowly but surely narrowing down the area to where we think she has given birth to the latest members of the Rietspraat Pride. As all good mothers, Nyeleti seems to have chosen an area that is near impenetrable for her first den. There's only one best way to track lions, and that's on foot, away from the vehicle, following the giant pug marks in the sand. This is where I truly connect with my surroundings. Every sound, even the slightest scrape or flutter of a bird's wing, might signify their presence and the potential danger of facing down Africa's apex land predator on foot and at close proximity. Without realizing it, your body and mind become one. Your reactions are instinctual. You are drawing from a wealth of ancestral knowledge inadvertently passed down from our ancestors who once roamed the savannas of Africa, often learning about Africa's big cats the hard way. For me, there's no place I'd rather be. We're searching for Nyeleti, the lioness, who's we're sure has just given birth, and we got a call from the reserve management saying that Impy, the father of those 5 beautiful little cheetah cubs, has escaped. We think the male lions had tried to catch him last night, and they caught him against a fence. Now this fence is the boundary between the wilderness area that is Rietspraat and commercial game farms. So we've got a call, someone got a call from the owner of the farm saying that your cheetah is on our side of the fence. So we're busy now following up. We're gonna hopefully be able to lure him back into the Rietspraat Game Reserve. His tracks are here, but going that way. If not, we're gonna have to possibly dart him. So we will keep you updated as we go along searching for Impy, the male cheetah. Trying to find the male cheetah on the next door farm where they do some buffalo breeding, some sable breeding. Okay, we've just found the male cheetah. He's up there. So we're going to take the impala out now, attach it to the back of the car, open its stomach a little bit so he gets the smell, and hopefully he's going to follow us home. Hi, big boy. Because we've got an impala for you. Initially, we tried to lure him back using an impala carcass from the reserve's culling program, hoping he would follow the carcass home. Is he still coming?
They stop now.
So unfortunately, it looks like he's had a meal and he completely ignored the impala carcass we brought for him. So we've contacted Pete Rogers from ProVet, who we've worked with quite a bit with the male lions. And he is one of the most experienced vets, wildlife vets in the world. So he's on his way here, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to probably dart him and move him back into the reserve, and he'll get the impala as a bonus meal when he wakes up. But we try and not dart the animals if we can. There's always a possibility of complications, even with the most experienced vets in the world. So for now, we just sit tight. He's lying in the shade just behind me, and we'll be waiting here for the vets to arrive and dart him.
Being away from familiar ground, Impy was jittery and nervous, making it difficult for us to get into the perfect position to dart him. Who can blame the nerves after coming face to face with 3 male lions and narrowly making his escape by leaping through an electric fence? With the dart in, he sprinted off. We waited 3 minutes for the drugs to take effect. Time was now of the essence, as we had to find him quickly to ensure his safety on this extremely hot Lowveld day.
So you saw how he took off when that dart went in, and he disappeared into this thick scrub. And Wium and I have had to track him. So we've actually tracked him. Wimpy spotted the tracks. We've tracked him right to where he's gone to sleep. Fortunately, because it's hot, he's gone to sleep in the shade. That's a very good thing. Now we're just gonna wait.
You see, we did a dart in from the back. So it was lying like this.
With Impy sound asleep, Pete and Janelle got to work making sure his vitals were strong and stable, so we could get him home as quickly and as safe as possible. Impy is the biggest male cheetah that I have ever seen, tipping the scales at a whopping 67 kilograms, about 20 kilograms more than the average male cheetah. He is in magnificent condition, which will help for a quick recovery from the sedatives. Due to the extreme heat of the day, Impy got to ride home in air-conditioned luxury, under the close surveillance of Pete and Janelle. We moved him into the center of the reserve, far from the male lions that caused him to leap through the fence. With the sun setting, he groggily got to his feet, safe and sound, back in the heart of the Rietsbraid Game Reserve.
So, a very, very long day for us and for MP the male cheetah. His adventure to the next door game farm or commercial game farm is over, and we've woken him up and he's looking right as rain, and we're just going to keep an eye on him for a little bit longer, make sure he's okay. But what an exciting day, tracking cheetah on foot, darting them, carrying them around. Absolutely incredible, but a successful story, and it looks like he's fully recovered from his little sleep, and he's going to move off towards the north.
With the cheetah drama over, it was back to the search for Nyeleti and her cubs.
So we've got very, very fresh lion tracks heading down into the Deep Split River. We're now in the base of the river and we're following these tracks. And there they are. They're the lions. I can't see in the side, I can just see bucket. It is absolutely incredible. We've been tracking these cats this whole week. She has taken us through some of the worst bush in the world. And of course I'm talking about Nyeleti, the mother-to-be no longer. She has given birth, not to one, but to 4 cubs. Wium is busy filming them in the impenetrable thicket that she's chosen to hide the cubs in. So a brilliant place for her to hide them. We are absolutely ecstatic that we've managed to find Nyeleti's den.
While we enjoyed glimpses of the adorable lion cubs, Nyeleti, Hahani, Bucket and Bibi lay close by watching contently.
Don't forget to join us for the next installment of The Tale of Two Mothers to catch up with these incredible big cats.